Hey guys, welcome to the Initiative Podcast. I'm Josh. That's Dustin.
How you doing?
So if you're here, you probably stumbled on this from maybe a Discord message you got, Facebook message, Instagram, StockTwits, and kind of wondering what's going on. This is going to be a podcast that we release weekly as part of our Initiative website, which you probably don't know what that is either. So we're going to kind of dive in on this one and explain a little bit kind of what we're doing and try to make sense of it all. So our first thing is what is Initiative? The basis of it is it's a community. The big thing is we have all been a part of, the Discords, the Instagram groups, the Facebook groups.
Yeah.
And
it's all about YOLO, like out of the money calls and stuff like that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And we just kind of wanted to simplify it, I guess.
Sure.
Would be a better term, I would say.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows with these YOLO Discords and stuff, there's like a million channels in there and you get a million notifications throughout the day. We wanted to make it kind of just simple, but yet still have that community kind of feel, without all the fluff and everything. And you're getting, daily trade ideas via text message. So straight to your phone, bam, here's an idea. You know what I mean? Here's the idea. Here's the reasoning why behind that idea. Not just, hey, buy this 5 Delta out of the money call that's expiring this week in Tesla and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's going to have that. We're also going to have, other
we got our chat room. So kind of keeping the Discord theme, we like the ability to chat daily with one another. That's a big thing. And,
Discord does that very well.
It does.
It does. That is true.
And so our big thing is we want to be active in those chat rooms daily. If you ask a question, we have an answer right away. We will be staffing the chat rooms, during the trading hours and being able to answer questions, doing analysis right away.
Oh, yeah.
So the good parts of Discord, that you like, we still have that. The difference is it's hosted on our own website, on our own server. So you don't have to download some separate app. It's all right there within our website.
Right. Yeah. There's no digging through anything to get to, it's all right there.
Right.
All our stuff.
And like Dustin said earlier, we don't have 400 different channels.
Right. Yeah.
It's one channel. It's there.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we also have emails. You can send us emails after hours. We can get back to some other stuff we're going to be doing this weekly podcast. This one's kind of going to be a hodgepodge of stuff. We'll talk some about stocks. We'll talk some about business. We might talk about sports. Who knows? We might have
Reds lost today, by the way. So there you go.
We might have some special guests. We're talking to some different business owners that might want to come on and talk about, what they're doing differently or what their business does. So you get all that. Dustin will be doing in-depth analysis weekly for a podcast, a few times a week.
2 to 3 times a week. And also we will have a morning wake-up call. That'll be launching. That's going to be just go over pre-market gainers and losers about 9 a.m. every morning. Okay. That'll be on there as well that you can have easy access to. So
okay. Yeah. So so the big part of it is community. So we have ideas of how we think this should go, but we want input from the community. So
100%.
We have our ideas, and then there's 20 people out there that say, hey, well, what if we tried to do it this way? Or what if we looked at something this way? Well, then we're going to look at it that way because it's not about what really we want. It's about what the community as a whole wants. And really that's what it's about. Some other things that we're offering on the business side. If you have a business idea that you want to launch and you have no idea how to do it, you don't know whether to register it as an LLC, an S Corp, all the different things, we can talk through. We're not giving, financial advice, obviously.
That's the big thing. We are not financial advisors.
Yeah, so always talk to your CPA before you do this stuff. But we've launched a couple businesses through different types of formats, so we're familiar with how it works. So we can kind of help through that process. We have some different spreadsheets and stuff that you can utilize. What else we got for them?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that obviously helping launch a business and stuff is everybody says that though,
Sure.
like, oh, I'll help, but we're doing it in a personalized context for, that's for you guys, specific, to your region, your context. We're helping you. We're right there rather than just being like, oh, okay, well, you want to do this if you're
right.
Like very,
you're not going to plow snow if you live in Florida.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, we're not trying to be a cookie cutter thing. We truly want to, be personal with people, and be that community. Literally, that is what this comes down to, is being a community.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So we're not trying to sell a bunch of fluff or anything like that.
Yeah. We're basing off of basically our core values, which are, give back, be transparent, no regrets. You know what I mean? I'm missing one, but
I know worries.
I should have said
it. So like we said, this podcast is kind of gonna be a hodgepodge. But today we had a few things, we're trying to keep it around 10 minutes long. Just kind of go through some stuff. So we did want to kind of touch on a few things that are happening in the market, in the business world. So crypto's down.
Oh gosh, everybody wants to talk about crypto.
We almost didn't talk about it because everybody wants to talk about it, but we
Yeah.
figured we would touch on it because it is a hot topic. Our biggest thing with crypto is accept the fact that you're going to be holding it for a while. Do I think it's going to go somewhere in the long run? Yeah, probably. There's probably a market for it, but there is no way to figure out how it's going to get there right now. All these people that are doing this get rich quick stuff where you buy it 0.00005 cents and it jumps to a cent and you're a millionaire, you get lucky.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
When the whole crypto market can change based on a tweet,
you don't really have an efficient market.
It's a little interesting.
Yeah, well, there's no intrinsic value in crypto whatsoever right now. That's the biggest thing. And the whole, like, the gripe that people have against crypto now is the same gripe that they had in 2017 and 2015, 2010. It's there's no intrinsic value. I get,
Right.
yeah, like, yes, I get that people made tons of money in this run up in Bitcoin and with Doge because it's a big joke and it's
Right.
funny, and you know what I mean, like in Litecoin and all this stuff. Like,
Right.
I get it. You know what I mean? People actually made money. That's fine. But you have to admit, there's still no intrinsic value in this whatsoever.
No.
At least the dollar, we know the dollar sucks because of this. You know what I mean?
We can give you the reasons.
Yeah, we can give you the reasons why there's a weak dollar right now.
Right.
Why did Bitcoin just pull back 30-something%?
You can't explain it.
Yeah, exactly. Why are the largest pool, like, why is each pullback in Bitcoin always 50%? You know what I mean?
Right.
Or basically at least 50%. You know what I
Right.
mean? And like we're more than halfway there right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like that's the biggest thing. I get it. Yes, at some point we need to start.
There's going to be something else.
Yeah, well, there will be something else, but I get that crypto in general it's going to be a good thing.
Sure.
Sooner or later.
Right.
But until there's.
But how we get there.
Yeah, give me some value behind it, and then I'll worry about it. For right now, I'm personally not in any crypto whatsoever. Man, maybe I should, but if you're going to get into it and hold it. You know what I mean?
And I am in crypto. I mean, Dustin and I talked about this.
Yeah,
it is high risk. It could be high reward, but it is. I am just going to hold it. Like, I'm not looking to day trade crypto or anything like that.
Right. Yeah.
I've got into it accepting the fact that I'm just going to hold it.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Exactly. It's a speculative metal, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's a silver and gold with more speculation on it right now.
Yep.
I mean, more or less. It's not
100%.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's
our crypto spiel.
There you go. We're probably going to repeat that for the next like 3 years. That's going to be our same.
Yeah. When it goes up in 3 years, I'll be like, told you had to hold it for a while.
Exactly.
The other thing, so lumber futures.
Oh,
this was my random comment to Dustin of the day. So I was driving to Northern Ohio and I was listening to some, I don't know, farmers like stock report, and it had, grain and cattle, and they start talking about lumber, which is interesting to me because it, kind of affects our economy, the whole business cycle and building and markets. And so lumber for July has dropped every day since May 10th.
Are you serious?
The lumber futures. Yeah.
Really?
So it hit its record high of like 1710 on May 10th. Every day since then it's dropped.
Oh, wow.
So now it's down to like 1,200 or something.
Oh, okay. So it did drop pretty big. Okay.
Interesting. But it's something to pay attention to because as we all know, well, at least in the Midwest, lumber prices are through the roof.
Yeah.
You go to Home Depot and you buy a 2x4 for $8.
So it's like it's getting ridiculous out there.
So yeah, it's something to pay attention to though, because
I
mean, lumber does kind of affect a bunch of different markets, from the construction of homes to businesses.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's just kind of a whole thing. So something interesting that it has dropped since May 10th every single day.
Right. Yeah.
Something to pay attention.
Yeah, people like, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know that dropped every day since May 10th.
Like I said, it was my random fact for Dustin for the day.
Huh, interesting.
What else we got? I saw an article about Fifth Third as well.
Oh, Fifth Third. I'll look at
the chart. Yeah, pull up the chart.
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll talk about Fifth Third for a minute.
If I hit the wrong one. I can't spell Fifth Third, apparently. There we go. Yeah.
So I saw a news article on, I believe it was Friday or Saturday, that they are ending their hybrid model where they were allowing employees to work from home.
Oh, so they're no
And
longer at home anymore.
right, they were doing like a work from home, work from the office type deal, but I guess they're all going back to the office now. So
Okay.
they are a Fortune 500 company. I don't know
Right.
many Fortune 500 companies that are coming out and saying, "Hey, we're going back to the office." I mean, there probably are some, but
Right. Yeah.
I just heard about Fifth Third. So
Hmm.
dissect their chart,
Interesting.
Dustin.
Well, it looks like we're heading back to more or less where we were back in, I mean, what is this, like 08, 09?
Mhm.
It's big old dip right here. I mean, people would look at this long term and be like, oh, okay, that's going to be a large cup. You know what I mean? This is a large cup. Then we're going to build our handle before we go up. But look at these monthlies, just like green, 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 green,
It
green.
shot up.
That's pretty interesting to me. We can see, we'll go back to the beginning of 2020 here after the big dip. So we're already higher than what we were, you know what I mean? About, I mean, was it $10 higher than where we were pre-pandemic? So a pullback in here could happen, I guess, but I mean, there's so much strength behind the whole financials right now. I'm not really sure. More or less, it looks like there's some nice supports down here right around the $40 range, 39.50, somewhere around there. RSI 60, stochastics 48. Nothing really to worry about if you're going to get long or short in here, because relative strength is more or less in the middle. I would keep an eye on this 50-day moving average right here, though. On your daily. If we can dig into the 30-minute chart for those who are trying to scalp this or something like that off that news that we just had with the hybrid news. You said that was what, this week?
Yeah, it was
came
just
out?
a Friday or Saturday.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we might see a little pop or pullback in here. Interesting to note, this 50-day moving average right here, this purple line, is getting ready to cross under this 200 here on the 30-minute chart. So for those of you who are playing that 30-minute chart, that is a bearish signal. But again, if we do end up holding one of these moving averages, then look for a nice little bull pop in here. Stochastic slowly getting oversold. So we'll have to wait and see, obviously, how it's going to react to that news. But all in all, I would say that's pretty good news. You know what I mean?
I would think so.
But the tolerance for everything right now in the markets, and I don't, you know what I mean?
It's goofy.
Yeah. Are investors really going to care about that?
Probably
you know
not.
what I mean? Yeah, but you never know. Like, I mean, it's oh, okay, we're looking to the future. All right, everything's getting back to, I don't know. Interesting, but yeah, we'll see if we can kind of break these 42 area coming up this next week. If not, then we're going to keep an eye on that 50-day moving average on the daily chart. That's going to be like your main, you know what I mean, long-time support, I guess, long-term support.
Sure.
So, yeah. While we're in charts here, let's just scroll through the SPY real quick and just see what we got in the market. Basically, volatility finally kicked in May 10th, that whole week. You can see just a huge gap down here and a dive. Bounced right off this 50-day moving average here on the daily. I mean, we needed this.
Well,
I mean, we didn't want it, but
it had to happen.
It had to happen.
Everybody was saying it wasn't if it happens, it was a win, and no one knew when it was going.
Exactly. So it was just looking. I mean, I like how now everything is like, oh, it's inflation. Before it was like, oh, 10-year bonds. You know what I mean? Like, they're just trying to look for something. I think that, like, personally, this is what we think here at Initiative, that markets are efficient. They're forward looking.
Always.
So they're kind of telling us what's going to happen going forward.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So, and I think that once this happened and then we go, oh, well, it's because of this, and this. I think when you can read too many things into something. You know what I mean?
You can get way over technical with things.
Yeah, exactly.
If you simplify it a little bit.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But overall, yes, this did need to happen. But my question is, after this did happen and we kind of bounced back, what is the market telling us? You know what I mean? Like, obviously, yeah, our economy, at some point, we have to prepare for the American economy to die. Like, that sounds terrible, but, you know what I mean, 50, 100 years from now, like, it's,
you look back in history.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I'm basing it on. You know what I mean? So, I mean, obviously, that's really far out, but to say that's going to happen now, it kind of looks like the market's still pretty strong. You know what I mean? There's no reason to overreact from this drop right here and a bounce off 50-day moving average. So that's what I'm saying. They're forward looking. So they're saying, yeah, we pulled back. You can say it's because of all inflation and all this, but like really healthy pullback. Now,
it happens.
Now it's kind of telling you, we're all right for now. You know what I mean? Because like coronavirus, remember when China first popped with the coronavirus and stuff like that.
Are you talking about like when they first popped?
Very first,
like December-ish?
Yeah, well, we had a little bit of a drop right there when you found it. Yeah, we found it in China.
And then they're like, oh, it's in China.
Yeah, and then everything was fine. You're like, wait, hold on. Does the market see something? And then you started noticing the market just falling off more and more. And then you realize, oh gosh, it's a big thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, exactly. So I think it's like, this might be telling us a little bit. I mean, we don't really know. You know what I mean? So
if we could read minds, we would be millionaires.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So yeah, that's just interesting. We're trading right around 415 right now on your spiders. Again, bounce off the 50-day here that after that pullback. Another pullback again this past week, but you can see it turned into a big green day. You know what I mean? A high of 411, low of 405. So that's big swings in here because
that's not small.
Volatility is nice. It is nice having volatility. You get big swings.
You have to have it to an extent.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, that's a trader's best friend. So I mean, you want the volatility to kick in. But yeah, trading right around 415 right now. So I don't think we're going to go back below 400 anytime soon. I don't think that's
positive news.
Yeah, that's
I would agree with that.
Yeah, that's my personal opinion. Yeah. I think once we do go back below 400, I don't think you have to worry that much until you get below like 390. Then it's like, okay, then it's coming.
What's going on?
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, we're only what's our all-time high? Like 420. Yeah, 420 something. So
422.
Yeah, maybe something up there. So nothing really to worry about. While we're talking about volatility, we can talk about the VIX as well. Obviously, there's that little pop right there. You know what I mean? Everything happened. Looks like we had a base right here, right around 1673, 1700. So will we revert to that mean? Probably, I would say. It wouldn't. I mean, if we do get a bounce, it'll be off this 50-day moving average, but obviously that average is going to move depending on if we consolidate here a little bit. You know what I mean? That purple line, it's a moving average for a reason. It's going to move. You know what I mean? But if we do revert to down here to 17, you know what I mean? It's nothing really to. I don't think it's going to go below 17 or 16 anytime soon. You know what I mean? I think we aren't going
to be back in like 12s or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like we were like, you know what I mean, in January of 2020. You know what I mean? It was like freaking crazy. Like, oh, VIX is 15. Like, yes, we have volatility. It's like, really? 15? That's so yeah, we're still gonna carry some volatility with us, but it's not gonna be, I think it's gonna be short little swings like this. Bam, couple days, you know what I mean? Right here, bam, there it is, 2 or 3 days, and then we're just gonna kind of revert back. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be 2 or 3 days of people freaking out, like, and you know what I mean? The market's gonna crash.
Like they always do.
Yeah, exactly. And then so
cool.
I don't know.
So that's kind of a little taste of what you're going to get. As you can tell, Dustin has the stock mind. So as far as like the analysis and go, he can go really in depth with you. We can also make it very beginner friendly. I'm still, intermediate. So if you have basic questions, I can help with those. If you have more advanced questions, Dustin can help with those, or even the beginner questions. Like we said, another part of the community thing is if you have questions, ask.
Yeah, for sure.
We're here to help. And like I said, he's one of the smartest guys I know when it comes to this kind of stuff. So
I don't know about that, but
so if you need an analysis, you want to talk to somebody about it, that's some of the stuff we offer.
Exactly. And if you're looking for business or any other ideas like that,
I can handle that.
Yeah, he's your guy to talk to. So hopefully we got the best of both worlds here. Just trying to, again, create a community and just kind of give back to everybody. You know what I mean? That's kind of what we want. That's what we want here.
Yeah,
so
we have
add
some
value.
Yeah, we have some charities that we can talk about, in the next few weeks or whatever. Some things that we think are kind of important to us. But yeah, the biggest thing is to add value to everyone that's part of the community, help each other out. So if you have any questions, you can shoot us an email. Do we have the email address set up yet?
info@initiativebrand.com.
I just didn't know it, so I knew we had it. But...
Yeah, we have an email.
So we got that. We are going to be very active on social media
yes,
as well. Like we said, this is launching tomorrow. So this is a new thing. We aren't expecting, we're not in this to get rich quick. We're not expecting to have 1 million people say, oh yeah, this is what we want to be a part of. But we are going to be as active as we possibly can, because there are different things out there that you get into and people don't respond, and that's not what we're about at all.
Right. 100%. Yeah. We're not trying to just make a quick buck and then just ignore you guys forever.
Exactly.
Like we're all in this for the same reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So
yeah. So like I said, active on social. Our website will launch tomorrow. There'll be a bunch of details about that. Our audio just kicked out, but that's all right.
Yeah, it did.
So yeah, I think that's all we have for today. And we'll start pushing a lot of content tomorrow. If you guys have any questions, holler at us.
Yep. Sounds good. See you guys.
See you.